everyone, I'm Amanda. I'm a 200-hour registered yoga teacher with Yoga Alliance and Twitch streamer. I wanted to make a series of videos to kind of introduce basic yoga postures to people who might not be really familiar with them. I know that a lot of yoga postures that are considered basic or more beginner might not actually be so easy for you if you're not actually practicing yoga regularly, if you're a complete beginner. So this series is kind of going to take those postures and break them down for you and offer some modifications if maybe your body isn't quite ready to get into the posture in the full expression. Hopefully this will be helpful. This video is going to go into child's pose, which I think is one of the most basic and also most important postures that you can use in yoga. So let's get started. So there are a couple ways that you can actually get into child's pose. You can keep your feet and your knees together. So toes touch in the back no matter what, but you can choose to keep your knees together, and then when you come forward, you'll get a little bit more of a stretch in the spine. That can feel really good sometimes to some people, sometimes it doesn't feel so good to some people. You can also widen the legs out to the width of the mat or even a little bit wider depending on what's comfortable for you. Toes still touch, and then you can lower your body and reach your chest down to the ground, leaning forward. Right away, something that I notice is it's not comfortable for people to sit on their feet, or maybe your hips just don't come to your heels. That's fine. If it's more comfortable or more accessible for you to take child's pose with your hips off of your feet, you can just come down, reaching forward, resting your head as far back as the hips can go. If that's too much and it doesn't feel good to lift your hips, you can use a yoga block or a folded up blanket to kind of tuck, or even like a pillow to put in between the space between your feet and your hips to kind of give you a little bit of extra support where you can't provide it for yourself. So once you've kind of picked the way that you want to set up your legs, what you're going to do is lower your hips or keep your hips raised, lower your chest down. If your legs are together, your belly is going to rest on your legs. If your legs are apart, you can go ahead and it might even put a little arch in your back to reach your chest towards the ground. Whatever feels comfortable in your spine, never do anything that causes your body pain. So you can reach the arms forward and allow your chest to sink down, your forehead to rest on the floor, and really reach forward. Or you can kind of just lay your arms down, and this will be a more restorative variation. Finally, if this is a lot on your shoulders, it really can be to reach forward. You can even just rest your arms by wrapping them around your legs. This is a really restful option, especially if you've got anything going on in the shoulders. It can feel really nice to just kind of give your shoulders the break, give your body the break. This is supposed to be a resting position. So this is kind of a restorative introductory way to learn child's pose. In some classes, you might learn ways to make it a little bit more active or to stretch the spine a little bit more, and that's totally fine. But it's always okay to come back to this basic restorative version. And that goes for any kind of yoga practice. If you're in the middle of a practice and you're getting a little out of breath, or your heart rate is getting a little too high and you're uncomfortable, it is absolutely fine. No one will judge you if you just come back to your mat, get into your child's pose, and take a few slow breaths to recover. This is a great place to go. I hope this video is helpful. I hope that you like it. If you have suggestions or comments, let me know. And let me know if there are any other poses that you might think are challenging that you'd like me to go over. I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.